Hi everyone. I'm sorry I haven't been on here, but let me tell you what's been going on lately. And still working on the bathroom, getting some finishing touches up. Really, the project in the bathroom is just about completed. Um, I ended up, of course, I've got my walls almost pretty much painted. They're pretty much completed. I got a few more pieces of trim and pretty much the bathroom's going to be done. Thankful for that. That's been a very long, drawn out process, seems like. Unfortunately, due to when I was sick and had to just kind of put things off for a while, blah, blah, it took forever. And so I'll be glad when this project's completed. But I did have a little bit more of a setback. I had an issue. I had to get an exterminator out here today. I done that this morning. So I've just been working on cleaning the house after, you've been there before and had an exterminator come in. So, you got to clean things afterwards and wipe down things and so on. But I had been seeing lately brown recluse spiders. And y'all guys, one thing is, brown recluse, it can be very serious if they bite you. And I was seeing, if I just had seen one, I wouldn't have been so worried about it. Fly swat, you're gone, little brown recluse, and see you later. And where I was seeing them at was in the bathroom. And they'd get in the bathtub, which that was good, easy to kill them. But I seen in the last probably 2 weeks, at least 3 or 4. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's just too many. They're in the wall. They have to be. They have to be somewhere in the wall and there and coming in. And I'm like, I'm not taking a risk of somebody getting bit here by a brown recluse. So I will take all precaution. So I called exterminator, talked to them, and he recommended they have a powerful. And me and Teddy had to leave the house this morning. Caleb's at camp this week. He's in Brentwood, in Nashville at Vanderbilt with summer camp. So anyway, me and Teddy had to leave for a little while because my exterminator said what he does is, and he recommended, since it's in the wall, to basically, from what I understand, the spray he uses fogs it. That way, the residue gets in behind the wall through cracks, crevices, or anything. And actually, I had a couple of my plug-ins to be open. That way, I know can really get back in there. So, anyway, yeah, that's kind of a setback a little bit, financially too. But, while you're doing work around here, and this is just kind of the way I look at it, I was getting ready to start working here in the living room just the minute my bathroom's completed. Well, which in my living room, I need to buy a front door. This door, it's a very long story, but the door, it's off. My husband replaced the door, but at that time we couldn't find mobile home doors. So he went to Lowe's and bought one. And the door don't set in there right. It did for a while, but it's kind of crooked down a little bit. It needs a mobile home door. It needs a door that was originally put on there. Well, that door was bad. The wind had caught it, made it bad, so on. And same way with my original storm door, my original door. So anyway, the mobile home lot I've been using, which it sells new mobile home parts. It's an hour and a half drive from here. So anyway, I had checked, and a door to fit that with a storm door. It's got the thing around the door, the trim, all of it. It's a complete door, including your threshold. It's got the bottom. It's complete. It's everything I need for that door. And anyway, the door is almost $700. But I mean, it's a pretty door. It's got a little window up top like mine does here. But again, it's made for a mobile home, and it's also got a storm door. So that's the one I'm choosing to get. I'm choosing to get an original door that matches, or a door that's going to match my actual home. And that way it's better because it will stay on there longer. Again, years ago, wind caught my storm door, and then it started messing up my other door. And so that's what happened to my actual mobile home door. So it was like a really huge windstorm when that happened, that hit here that time. And where I live on almost a mile tall hill, my road is like almost a mile up, and I'm at the very top of the hill. I catch all wind, y'all. I really do. But anyway, so with this exterminator, though, it's kind of set me back. I had been putting back money to buy a door and actually a window for in here to have everything completed, because when I want to start this living room project, I want to be able to fix anything I need to. And so just this window's looking old. Nothing's actually physically wrong with it, but you can't clean it. You can't get on there and clean on the inside the way they're made. And I don't like that. It's just, they have more modern ones, even mobile home windows, where you can pull the handle there and they slide open and you can clean it. Love it. I seen it when I was there. They're actually only $200, and it's perfect size for mine. So again, I was saving back the money for that. Well, guess what? I had to hire an exterminator. These brown recluse had to go. And y'all guys ain't gonna believe how much it costed. Again, I had to get something to go on walls. And me and him talked about it, and the best option was to have it. It's a very powerful, and he said, of course, you can't buy it. I had tried over the counter stuff, and you can't buy that stuff. So to kill those brown recluse. And anyway, because I don't want something to sneak up on us in the middle of the night and bite us or anything. I mean, and he said, this right here will kill any kind of bug or spider or anything in sight. And I'm like, well, that's what I want then. I want this house done. That way I know I don't have no more brown recluse issue in case there is a nest in the wall. So anyway, me and him had discussed it. And but man, I tell you, the exterminator really set me back. I couldn't believe it when they said how much, but and this is one more visit just to be on the safe side, and stuff, because they always recommend twice, which second time was a lot cheaper. But the first visit was $1,000. I know. And so anyway, so that's kind of set me back for the living room, but I'll get there, y'all. I will get there. It just may take a couple of more months to just have to save back again. But again, I wasn't living with no brown recluse in this house. That had to go first. And so anyway, I've got that took care of. But again, it put me in a little bit more setback trying to do physical stuff to redo the home. I've got a guy that, actually a friend of mine, that actually knows how to do a lot of work, and he's come out here and helped me some. I want to show you right now what he's done in the bathroom. We've actually, well, I ain't gonna say I went and purchased them. So I went to the mobile home company that's about an hour and a half drive from where I live at, and that's the closest one to get these parts and stuff. So, and I'll also overlook me. I just washed my hair and got out of the shower. But anyway, we went down there and I got these, this is the old one. I got these fixtures, and this is for my lights. And because you don't want a beautiful, fresh, clean, painted, like my bathroom, it's fresh, clean, painted. And then you got these old dingy, knobs or outlets and stuff. So I'm like, that's just going to look tacky. And so anyway, and my friend's like, if you'll go get them, he's like, I know how to put it on. And I'm like, are you sure? It's electrical work. And these apparently, you cannot even get these at Lowe's. And it's hard, and I've tried to explain it in a little bit in the video. When I set this down, it's a little bit more. I'll go to the kitchen where I can actually set it down. But before the end of the video, I'll explain why. But these are hard to find. The ones that fit in my home, they're just made for mobile homes. Now, if you've never replaced an outlet, these are all built in together. And you cannot find these at Menards. You cannot find them at Lowe's. You cannot find them at Home Depot. You know, I thought about, well, if I could just we could get it closer, and me and him both went and checked. And, you know, looked up online, nowhere. And he's like, no, they do not have them. And I get on the mobile home website and look look on there, and sure enough, they had exactly what I needed. And these was right at $9 a piece, so I've got a bunch of them. I did go ahead and buy them, enough to replace. It should be enough to replace all of them in the bathroom, which there's 3. There's 2 of the wall to turn the lights on, and the other one to turn the bathroom fan on. And then there's another electrical plug that my friend still kind of got busy last couple of days. One thing with Caleb leaving on Sunday. And then, let's see, today's Monday, and today I'm having to deal with all this, you know, what I consider emergency with the pest, you know, control and all that coming in. So with exterminator. And so I've had to deal with that and cleaning and all that. So I'm going to see if my friend, if he doesn't have anything to do, my handyman, come in and replace that last one in the bathroom. So anyway, and I'll show you all that here in just a minute. We'll go to the bathroom. I just wanted to explain that first. But I will tell y'all, and I'll give y'all a heads up, if, you know, if you're watching this, you may be living in a mobile home, you know, because I do a lot of mobile home videos. And I'll give you a heads up and, you know, prepare you for this. A lot of these, they're receptacle electric plugs, but these are only made a certain way. And again, when I get a little bit more lighting, I'll show you. But they're very hard to find. And apparently you can only get them in mobile home parts stores that only sell stuff for a mobile home. So I'll give you a heads up on that. If you ever need to replace your electrical fixtures, and you know, it's going to be hard. And you may have to actually go to a mobile home store, to a parts store to have to do that. And which, you know, after age and stuff, my mobile home's 26 years old. It's went through 2 families. I've had 2 families in this home. You know, it was a 9-month-old repo, in great shape when I bought it. But I had my first family, which I call them 2 families because I've been married twice. My first marriage, I had 4 children total. And with that, raising those kids in that home, or this home. And then I ended up divorced. And then I remarried, and those kids had grown up. My daughter Kate was still at home, but anyway, most of those kids had grown up. Kate, after me and Michael got married a few years later, she growed up and moved out. So we have, me and my husband Michael had one son, have one son, Caleb, which he still lives at home with me. He's 9 years old, but I'm widowed. Michael's gone. He passed away, and I'm widowed. So that's how I've had 2 families that I've had here. And so, I mean, after you raise 5 kids at home, you know, homes go through serious wear and tear and things like that. You know, especially teenagers. I mean, if you've been there, you understand. And maybe you had calmer teenagers. I had one. My oldest son was pretty hyped up. So, he's a very hyper teenager. But anyway, that's a long story. That's another story on that. But I wanted to just share with y'all about, you know, these are hard to find. So if you're trying to, you know, just be prepared. If you know, you're looking to replace yours, you have to order these. Now, the place I got these from, it's probably, that way I could get them the same day. I just drove down there and got it. Since it's just an hour and a half drive from me and an hour and a half drive back. Most of it was side roads, back roads. It's here in Kentucky where I go to. But anyway, but they could also ship it as well. So that is an option. If you don't have a place close enough that you could actually physically drive to, you could have it shipped. They do offer that. But I wanted to go ahead and start getting these replaced in the bathroom and get that bathroom behind me. So I'm getting closer. I'll have the bathroom done, I'd say, that by the end of the week. Just, again, this exterminator situation, having to deal with cleanup and all that after that, you know. But I want to make sure everything's safe for me and Teddy and Caleb when he gets back home and stuff. So I want to make sure everything was washed, cleaned, and counters wiped or whatever's needed. So anyway, let me go real quick and I'll show you. Let me show you my friend. I've got a little clip of video. I'll go ahead and do that now. First, it's a little close-up of the new fixture. Then the second, it's my friend putting it in. A little clip of him connecting the wires. And now I'll also show you another picture after that of what this looks like and kind of show you how hard it is and what you need to look for in your mobile home. All right, again, right here is my old one. And I'm just going to explain. Even though they look kind of easy to replace, they're not. Because they're attached. This is all attached together. This is the reason why you can't just go to like a Lowe's or something to get it. You have to get it from a mobile home company. This is what it looks like. So even when you take that screw out, what it is, it just removes the faceplate. Well, it's hard to pop it with one hand. It removes that. It just removes this to come out of the wall, and I'll show you how. Let's see if I'm grabbing. Oh, no, it's got the screw. I'm sorry. Usually there's a plastic piece attached to these that hooks it so it can stay in the wall. But I didn't realize it had the screw out. So anyway, these are where the screws go. And there's two of them. And then, again, there's a plastic piece that connects, and it that's what makes it holes in your wall. Holes in your wall, inside your wall. It makes it where it stays in your wall. Now, as you can see, when you're putting this in, the wires slide down in here. So these ain't not just regular face plates that you can just easily unscrew, change in and out. So these are very hard, much harder. But this is where you're, let's see. Trying to see if I'm seeing it right. Yep. Okay, he took this a little bit more apart. But on the new ones, the wires are in here. And then they got to squeeze down in there. So now let me show you the new one. Since my friend got them put in and stuff, let me show you what they look like now put inside in the bathroom. This is the old one. As you can see, it's kind of just getting dingy looking. I mean, it's 26 years old. And all of my electrical plugs has been installed for 26 years. So they start showing serious signs of wear. So it's time to get these changed out and get the new ones put in. So let me show you the process of getting the new one put in and what they look like. But this is the old one, and I'll show you at the end what they completely look like once they're in. That way I can change these light fixtures out. I'm having a friend to help put these receptacle light switches back in so it can match the wall and they can be white, not discolored. I had to go to a special place that only sold these at mobile home repair stuff you can buy, like repair parts and stuff at. Of course, it's new, but you cannot find this stuff at like Lowe's and Home Depot and things like that, they don't even carry it. You have to actually go to a special company that sells only mobile home parts. And so I found a good company, but it was actually a 60-mile drive to go there. Let me show you the actual part, but here we are working on it, and I just wanted to give you a little update of us. Well, not really me. I don't know nothing about electrical work. I don't want to take credit where it's not due. But my friend here come, and he's helping me install these. And I'm so thankful for that, to get these changed out and to get my light switches back to the original colors they're supposed to be. So I hated to have a new bathroom beautifully painted and then the light fixtures colors off. So of course this home is 26 years old and a lot of wear and tear, so everything had to be repaired. So anyway, I'll show you the finished product when we actually get it done, but let me show you what these look like before we put them on the wall. I'll show you what they look like and everything. But I just wanted to give you a little glimpse of what it looks like of us working on it. What it looks like while it's still, what it looks like when I bought it before it's put on. But as you can see, it's a plug-in you can push it, because this is how mine's made in my home. And then this goes over it. And the same with the electrical one, electrical plugs. I bought several of these to do a few rooms. You got that part, and then that cover goes over it like that, and they all look new again. So all of these is getting just worn out, old looking. I tried washing them and they would not scrub clean. So anyway, I just prefer to buy the new ones. That way they're more nice looking, modern, updated, and trying to get everything looking great around here again and looking more like, hopefully a little bit closer, looking more new like it did when I first bought the place. Or at least I'm getting there in the rooms each time. And slowly but surely I'm getting there. And just one room at a time and one step at a time. But yeah, this is what they look like, and I'll show you. This is kind of, if you've never seen one, this, of course, you've got to take this part. This is a cover, I know. And that's where your wires will hook up down in here. And same thing with this. So they both look exactly the same. And you take the case off, and the wires is up down under here there once you take the case off. So yeah, I just wanted to show you what these look like. And when we get them on the wall, I'll show you what they look like on the wall when we get this done. All right, y'all, this is what they look like. This is my light fixture, as you can see. And this is my fan. It takes a minute for the fan to come on. So this is what the new ones look like in. And there's, again, another plug we got to fix. So that's what we've been doing in here in the bathroom. I did get the floor trim in right here. I got to touch up on that wall. My friend, my handyman, he actually made a little scuff on the wall, but there's no big deal. Like a little paint will touch that up. So yeah, I just want to get on here and show y'all what we've been doing, and it ain't much more, but this bathroom is going to be completed, y'all, and I'm excited about showing y'all the finished touches. I've got just a little bit right there in that corner. I got to go a second time, and got some of the trim put up here in the top. To the right, there's been trim put up. To the left, still liking it, and just a few little things here and there. It's not much. This bathroom will be completed. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video and give y'all more mobile home living updates.